To celebrate its 32nd anniversary, Disneyland Paris will be holding a half-day event for media, cast members, and selected fans on April 12th, the day the resort opened all those years ago. Just this week, we got information on some of the announcements that will be done during this event via OutsidEars, the biggest Disneyland Paris insiders, and some teasing regarding other things we might hear in just a week. So come along with me as we go over what's extremely likely to be announced and other possibilities of what we could hear right now.
Oh boy!
Before we begin, if you enjoy my content and this video, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing as I upload weekly videos on theme parks from the past to the future. If you want to go the extra mile, consider becoming a channel member. You can find me over at Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and in the Discord community where many fans and creators come together. Links are in the description. With that, let's dig in. We all know by now that Walt Disney Studios is undergoing a massive transformation. It all started with the closure of the backlot and its attractions and restaurants that then became Avengers Campus with Web Adventure, Flight Force, and the rest of the land. After its opening in 2022, all the construction focus shifted towards the most exciting part of the transformation, the expansion that will about double the park's footprint. Last week, we went around the resort checking out construction with images and videos taken from the parks and village. Here is a look into just how far the project has come in just 19 months, from August 2022 to March 2024. This whole area will be home to a lake with several shows, a promenade with gardens to offer a lot of great scenery, entertainment, and the Tangled Spinner attraction, several restaurants and kiosks, and of course, Arendelle, the World of Frozen. The existing part of the park is also undergoing a very big transformation, where new paths, pavements, greenery, planters, and more will help make everything a lot more inviting. While we've known about the Theater District, as it's called internally, for nearly a year, Disney themselves haven't released nor announced anything about it. The same thing happening with the transformation of Studio One, the show building that houses one of the biggest stores and restaurants of the park. This building is closing down this month, and nothing has been said about what will happen inside or out, at least officially. So, April 12th, Disney shared these details regarding the day's events. The day starts with an event organized for an audience of Disneyland Paris enthusiasts and cast members to celebrate our anniversary. This moment will be an opportunity to share new updates with you on the projects in progress at Disneyland Paris, which is currently undergoing an ambitious transformation. Another event will include an opportunity to discover new information regarding Studio's new show, Alice and the Queen of Hearts Back to Wonderland, which, according to OutsidEars, will be welcoming guests from May 25th. A fantastic 1.5 hour long concert of legendary Disney melodies performed live by an orchestra, and at the end of the day, a final tribute to Studio One, as attendees will be invited to enjoy the place one last time. The most important part of the day will surely be the first, where the news and updates will be showcased. While Disney hasn't given much insight into what will be talked about here, OutsidEars released an article doing exactly that. As Walt Disney Studios undergoes a massive change, it still has its incredibly bad legacy, regarded as the worst Disney park by fans all around the world. Well, it appears they will combat this and truly showcase how it has evolved with a new name. OutsidEars said, with the delivery in 2025 of these various redesign projects associated with the expansion work on the park, Disney would be in the process of presenting a new name for the park, more in line with a new thematic orientation of the park. Out the Walt Disney Studios, which were also confused with the film division of the parent company. We will therefore have to get used to a new name that will be, according to our latest information, unveiled on April 12th. Now, I think it makes total sense to change the name of the second gate of Disneyland Paris, as it no longer reflects the studios and behind-the-scenes side of the industry, but rather invites you into the stories and universes from the movies. Hollywood will still play an important role in the new park, and so will cinema, with the entrance sequence starting in the front lot, themed to the Hyperion Studios, and the new Studio One reportedly recreating a dinner party before a big movie premiere, ending with guests stepping into the screen. With this, I started talking and trying to find out what I believe to be good name replacements. The first being Disney's Hollywood Adventure, as you adventure through the various movie worlds from Disney-owned franchises. The logo obviously very inspired by Disney's Hollywood Studios in Florida. Another name I would propose is Disney's Cinemagic Park, not only paying homage to Cinemagique, the old Walt Disney Studios show that you can learn all about in this video here, but also being easy to pronounce by French and English speakers alike. Of course, these are just ideas and not the real deal. That should be disclosed in just under a week, alongside information regarding the future of Studio One and the rest of what's now behind construction walls. Well then, that's what OutsidEars confirmed is coming on April 12th. Once again, I need to say that while these come from high credibility sources, they are not official by any means, so in the end, things may change. That said, we have another topic we need to cover today, and that involves a certain attraction that has undergone several missions in the past and is in dire need of a new one. That's right, Space Mountain. Last year I posted an exclusive photo on our Twitter account showing 3 Imagineers with an iPad overlooking Space Mountain's loading and unloading station. Alongside Rumours from Ali released sometime before that, this was a very big indication of a project being developed for what was once the crown jewel of Imagineering and Disneyland Paris. This has been rumored for some time, and there's evidence that Space Mountain will undergo some sort of changes in the near, as last December, a permit for the creation of a gate and a maintenance area hidden behind a wall to the left of the existing staircase, visible in the view of the existing one, was filed. While it doesn't confirm a new mission or a retheme, it does support the idea that the attraction should close or even operate at a reduced capacity during the works. Another project has also been reportedly happening behind the scenes, which would include a new lighting package for the outside of the mountain, hopefully fixing many of the maintenance problems the current one has. So, a rethemed Space Mountain, but rethemed to what? Well, let's take a look at its past. We all know that when it opened back in 1995, Space Mountain was themed around the famous novel by Jules Verne, From the Earth to the Moon, which tells the story of an American group that built a massive cannon to shoot the first people to the moon. The second mission came in 2005 with the incredibly original name of Space Mountain Mission 2. This replaced many of the effects found in the original attraction, and didn't make a lot of sense story-wise with the theming around it. Then, in 2017, a refurbishment brought Star Wars Hyperspace Mountain Rebel Mission, the current version of the beloved attraction that makes little to no sense where it's located. While there's still no information about how the new version will be like, a year ago Ali said that it would be inspired in the original attraction with a touch of SEA, the Society of Explorers and Adventurers of the Disney Parks that bring every resort together through storytelling. Just yesterday, Disney released the first episode of the new YouTube series We Call It Imagineering, where they very briefly show a world map with every resort and their SEA bases. Paris has 4 of them, including an airship with the docked Hyperion, a Nautilus submarine with the Mysteries of the Nautilus attraction, and, the most exciting, a rocket launch bay that is obviously talking about Space Mountain. This would confirm what Ellie said last year, with a new version of the iconic ride having an SEA theme, which in itself is already very connected to Jules Verne's stories. Now, the rumors all say that the inside would only have a cosmetic change, meaning that there wouldn't be any kind of track replacement or bringing back the cannon recoil, although many other effects that are currently switched off could return. With all that said, it seems that an announcement regarding this new Space Mountain could come as soon as next week during the anniversary event. Not only is the iconic attraction's dome featured in the event's image, but OutsidEars themselves have been teasing this will happen. It has been a long time coming, and should have happened a lot sooner, as the Star Wars overlay was supposedly temporary. Once again, everything I've said in this video are rumors and should not be taken for granted. I will always hope for the best, but reality sometimes gets in the way. Whatever happens next week, I will be here to cover it all, so make sure you are subscribed if you don't want to miss anything. And now, as always, thank you for watching, and that's a wrap.